it's a historic moment for Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla. Shukla has become the first Indian astronaut to receive the Ashok Chakra, India's highest peacetime gallantry award. Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla, who became the first Indian to visit the International Space Station during the Axiom 4 mission, has been recognized for his exemplary courage and leadership in space. He spent 18 days in space conducting vital operations that marked a milestone for India's space journey. Remarkably, he receives both the Ashok Chakra and the Kirti Chakra for his outstanding service. Along with Shukla, 70 others, including 6 posthumous honors, have been awarded gallantry awards by President Draupadi Murmu on the eve of Republic Day. Among them, Colonel Sophia Qureshi, the face of Operation Sindoor against Pakistan-based terrorists, has been honored with the Vishisht Seva Medal. These awards highlight the immense dedication and service of our armed forces. And Sandeep Unnithan continues to stay with us. Sandeep, for the first time, an astronaut, which is Shubhanshu Shukla, has been awarded the Ashok Chakra. What does this signify about the changing approach of India?
Well, clearly the medal to Group Captain Shukla is, recognizes his contribution to the space program, particularly at a time when India is taking its own manned mission to space. That could happen as early as 2027. So that's a building block right there where Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla has led that mission, the Axiom 4 mission to the International Space Station. And this would be the first of many more such manned missions into space. So this basically recognizes the leadership role that he has played, the primacy that India has given to its astronauts, particularly as it's heading into its own manned mission, which could be Gaganyaan, and beyond that you're going to have an Indian space station, an ISS that's going to be launched by India towards the beginning of the next decade. That's another big milestone that India is looking forward to. So we have been taking so far baby steps in this mission towards the manned missions to space. We had Wing Commander Rakesh Sharma 4 decades ago, who went to space in a Soviet space capsule, and now we have Group Captain Subhanshu Shukla, who's gone into space just last year. That's another big milestone into space, and this actually talks about India's, where India wants to be in the 21st century as one of those, not just one of the top 3 economies in the world, but also an economy that's a spacefaring economy. It's not just a seafaring economy, but it's also a spacefaring economy. And that's the recognition to astronaut Group Captain Shukla is proof of that.
Absolutely, Sandeep. Do stay with us. And earlier, Shubhanshu Shukla, India's first astronaut to visit the International Space Station, spoke at the India Today Conclave, Mumbai 2025, sharing his extraordinary journey in space. He described the experience as out of this world and offered insights into life aboard the ISS, the challenges of space travel, and also the inspiration it brings to future generations. Listen in to hear his first-hand account of India's giant leap into space.
You've not only touched the sky with glory, you've touched space with glory, you've brought glory to the nation. What's, your biggest achievement, if I may, or experience that you want to share with us about this journey?
The experience that I want to share, actually kind of just, we saw that. I think that's the best way to concisely capture the experience that I had in these 20 days. But if there is one thing that I felt, there's a short clip in this video wherein you see me standing with the Indian flag behind. That was the day I was speaking to the Honorable Prime Minister of our country. I think that is the message that I would like to convey to everyone, that today in 2025, the Indian flag reached the International Space Station for the first time. And there was a person who was conversing in Hindi to the Indian leader who is running the country right now. I think that was very powerful for me and was a strong message that we were giving to the world that, we are here and this time we are here to stay.
Amazing. Describe to us what was like living at the International Space Station and the size. How big is the International Space Station?
It is big. It is, what he said is, it is equivalent to a 6 BHK house. That's the kind of space it is available. But the main difference, I would say, is that the concept of space for you changes when you go to space. like हम बैठे हैं इस room में. This is essentially a 3D room. You know, we have walls, we have ceilings, we have intervening space in between, but we are still 2D creatures. Like we will walk on the floor, we will sit on a chair, and this is. But if this was to be replicated in space, you know, half of you would be sitting on the ceiling, half of you would be on the wall, and I would be sitting. So it is all distributed. You utilize the space in a very different way. So the mind switches from utilization of space from a 2D to 3D concept. Another example I would give you, which was very unique and interesting to me, was when you go to the microgravity for the first time, your brain is still geared up for gravity. So everything is falling at the same time. That is how you experience microgravity. So nothing is falling relatively. So if I was in space station and I was to leave this mic here, it would stay here. It would not fall. But this, you don't get used to this when you go to space. So I remember in the first few days, if I'm sitting and I'm holding something and I have to work, I would find someone, can you hold this for me? And I would give them the mic, and they would also hold because they're also traveling to space for the first time. Now what happens is, over a period of days, 7-8 days, you get used to this. That, you know, you can leave stuff and it will not fall. It will be right there. So you leave stuff, you do whatever you have to, pick it up and then go. Now the problem is you come back to Earth. So when you come back to Earth, I remember the first night I was sitting on my bed and I was working on the laptop. And it was very instinctive, you know, and I just closed the laptop and I just took it to the side and I left it. And as soon as I left it, I realized, oh, this is an ISRO-issued laptop. Fortunately, you know, nothing happened. This was carpeted. But I'm saying this switch, the environment is so different. You know, it is the brain gets used to that. And then you have to rewire it to understand the environment, which is how different it is.